So, hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of Young and Curious podcast. Today we are joined by Sushant Khatiwada. Sushan works in a pretty good government role. That's one thing about him. Another thing about him is he is currently very active in Kindness Shake. He's leading, and by active I mean he's leading the whole project. And he does lots of cool stuff, lots of community volunteering. He's worked in great jobs before and studied an MBA. Now, Sushan, the first question I have for you is without using all of the things that I've already told, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, 100%. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. Before we dive deep into conversation, there's one thing I'd like to mention.
Okay.
Um, when you invited me to the podcast, I told you that I don't think I deserve to sit on a hot seat and answer your questions because I'm not there yet. And then you asked me so in such a humble manner, Sushan, no, that's not true. Come. And you asked in such a way that I couldn't say no.
Okay.
So thank you for doing that. And when I was driving here, I was thinking about my qualifications, experiences, like what am I going to share if you ask some questions. Then I thought, oh, actually, I qualify to sit on the podcast because the podcast is young and curious. Young, debatable for 28 years old, but curious, definitely a lot. So I think I qualify to
Yeah.
sit here. To introduce myself, I'm just a normal guy trying to figure out life, just trying to go into as deep as possible in all aspects of life, trying to find myself and trying to understand the truth, not just in perspectives of jobs, careers, money, but
Hmm.
much deeper understanding the creation, myself, where I stand in this creation, what it means to be me, what it means to be a human or somebody alive and conscious.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just in a journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And it definitely does feel great to be alive and experience being a human.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's a very great answer. But
thanks.
if I had to come back to kind of you saying that if you're absolutely qualified to be on the podcast,
Hmm.
first thing, young, yes, you absolutely are young,
Okay, thank you.
because young is just like it's a funny one. You could
Mm.
be 60 years old and still young, and you could
Yeah,
be 20 years old and
it's
still
still
old.
be old. I agree,
So it,
totally.
it doesn't really matter what your age is. And coming from like with the work I do,
Mm.
I'm often seen as like the young guy. What does he know? Oh,
Wow.
there's a bird on a tripod.
Whoa,
Ooh,
man, you're interested in us. Ooh. That's a good sign.
okay.
Okay, let's start.
Yeah, fair enough. That was fun. That was unexpected. Um, where was I? I forgot.
Old and young.
Yeah, old and young. So the work I do, I often get kind of. I would sometimes feel like,
Hey, buddy, you want to be in the podcast?
oh man, what inspired you to the work to do the work you're doing currently?
I think I realized very early in my life one thing that is work, money, fame, the things that people are after are just a tool,
Hmm.
are just tools to achieve some sort of depth in life. They are not destinations, you
Hmm.
know. I realized this very early and I started asking this question to myself. If these are just tools, I don't want to devote my entire life just to get the tools correct. I want to use the tool to achieve something else, but I'm not going to devote my entire time just to achieve these tools. So when I thought about that, one thing that became very clear to me was I want to do something that is impactful. I want to touch other humans in some way if
Hmm.
possible. If I can't do big things, then small things like I could help someone with something simple as making a CV or something simple as sharing what I know. Or if somebody is a little lost in their life, then maybe I could share some piece of advice from myself to them. Or if somebody is alone, I could give them a company and make them feel like they have somebody, in some way. I just want
Hmm.
to touch people's heart and leave some impact in some way. So that just that just created a direction for me of where I want to go. And
Mm-hmm.
somehow from that mindset, I started looking for opportunities. I started volunteering. Everything that I do in life just comes from that mindset that I want to do something that leaves an impact in somebody's heart or mind or life. Fortunately, I got to get involved with Kindness Shake, and I got to become the chairman and lead it for the past almost 3 years, where I met so many people, international students who are new to Darwin, who are far away from home, and then they want to establish themselves in a new city with English as a second language. They are often very confused of what they want to do, but they are with a lot of energy. So we usually provide guidance to them. Almost every week, I meet 2 to 3 new international students, take them for a dinner, take them for a coffee
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. I've been doing this for the past 2, 3 years now. I edit CVs and resumes for people almost every week, try to find accommodation for them, try to find a job for them. And I find fulfillment in this.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, even the current work that I do, it's everything to do with young people.
Yep.
I work in Office of Youth Affairs, Department of People, Sport and Culture. Recently, we did Anti-Youth Week. You are one of the
Yeah.
ambassadors for 2026, and we have other heaps of programs like Anti-Youth Roundtable, youth-related grants, and it's everything to do with young people. At the same time, it's everything that leaves certain impact in people's life.
Mm-hmm.
For some, big impact. For some, maybe it's a small opportunity. But I've seen that in the last 6 months of being in that office, of how much it changes young people, how much it helps them to grow, especially for those who have never ventured into any opportunities or
Yep.
ventured outside their school, or who lives remote and it's their first time coming to Darwin or doing something like this or speaking on the stage. It changes them a lot without them
Mm-hmm.
knowing that it's changing them and growing them. So that's something I enjoy.
Yeah, fantastic. So there's a great kind of what I hear from you is there's just a really strong sense of service you have
Yeah, I guess so.
for people, and you really
Mm.
want to like kind of help people and
Mhm.
use that as a pathway to kind of figure out more about the meaning of life.
Yes, but I would correct you there. Some people tell me it's a service, but I say it's a selfish goal. And they will be like, what's selfish goal? No. And then I say, I'm helping them because not because I primarily want to help them. I'm
Mm-hmm.
helping them because it gives me satisfaction.
Right.
I don't want to make it like, oh, I'm doing something for them. Actually, I'm doing it for myself, you know?
So you're really humble as well.
No, I'm closer to truth.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I absolutely feel you. I think with the sense of service, there's also a sense of groundedness.
Mm,
And there's a very famous saying in the place where I come from, which is it's like neki karo and kuein mein dalo. It's like do
mm,
something good and put it in the well and forget about
yeah,
it. Because if you do something good and you keep saying, "Oh, look, I did
yes,
this, I did that," then did you even do something good,
yeah,
or are you like wanting someone else to say that, "Oh, you've
yeah,
done something good"?
that's true. Similar saying is if you do good by using this hand, left hand, the right hand shouldn't know. That's how
Yeah.
secretive should be. Well, I don't believe in keeping it a secret, but at the same time, I think the truth is we do things for ourselves,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Everybody does things for themselves. At the end, if you go into the core of why
Yep.
you're doing it,
Hmm.
they might say, I'm helping it because I'm so empathetic and I can't see their suffering. But at the same time, it's you who can't see it,
Mm.
and it's you're doing it because you can't see it.
Yep. Kind of it's been almost 1 or 2 years that I've
Mm.
been volunteering with this specific student group. It's called Engineering Student Society,
Mm-hmm.
and in there's a lovely individual that I worked very closely with.
Mm.
So Jack, when I worked with Jack,
Mm.
I knew that he's like kind of struggling with a couple of things, which I never
Mm.
kind of mentioned with him that, hey,
Mm.
that this is a possible area of growth. I just
Mm.
kind of created that path for Jack.
Mm.
Like, look, Jack, this is an opportunity where you can speak. Look, Jack, this
Mm.
is a tool you can use to speak. Look,
Mm.
Jack, this is something you can do. Like, and support Jack wherever I can.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, Jack went to China,
Mm.
and then he came back, and when he saw me, he was like,
Mm.
oh, I want to take you out for a coffee. I was like,
Mm.
hey, what's up?
Mm-mm.
And then I went there, and Jack tells me that I'm leaving Darwin and I'm going to a different city
Mm.
for a job.
Mm.
So I was very happy because like
Mm.
he's gone from where he was a student and now he's has an amazing job.
Mm.
And he tells me, oh, thank you so much. You've been such an important like kind of
Mm.
part in my whole supporting me
Mm.
grow professionally, improve my communication, and all these other things.
Mm.
So I really appreciate it. And I'm like, no, 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 nothing like that.
Mm.
We just kind of interacted very briefly
Mm.
because I never thought that I was helping him. I
Mm.
just kind of like just operated, normally.
Mm.
And then he goes, no, thank you so much. You've really helped me. You really all done all this. I'm like, no, 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 no need to thank me.
Mm.
You're the one who's done everything.
Mm.
And that's when he just completely blew my mind.
Mm.
He gets a white bag,
Mm.
and inside white bag there's three things. He got me a thank you card.
Mm-hmm.
He got me a traditional Chinese fan,
Mm.
and then what he also got me was this. The traditional Chinese fan has lots of kind of philosophical,
Mm.
different meanings of life, different
Mm.
things, different characters you should
Mm.
like kind of have throughout the year. But what absolutely blew my mind, and I carry this with me most places I go, is this. You can take it out and play with it
Okay.
if you like.
This is a bookmark, isn't
It's a
it?
bookmark.
It's
It's the
beautiful,
most
man.
beautiful bookmark like
Yeah.
I've ever
It's
kind of.
really good. Can I show it to the
Yeah, of
camera?
course, of
Yeah.
course.
This is really good.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And then that day was like,
And this is Great Wall of China, is it?
yes, it's
Yes.
Great Wall of China.
And then there's a little thing which is also a bookmark, I believe.
Yes, it's so pretty. It blew my mind.
Yeah. Any reason, any specific reason he gave this to you?
Just to thank me, just saying that he
Wow.
really, and still to the day I still struggle with properly accepting it
Mm.
because it's that feeling where you go, hey, I did not actually do this.
Mm.
And it was, I did not actually do this to such an extent that it almost made me cry.
Oh.
Like the whole day, my whole day, I didn't do anything. I was just thinking about this
Oh.
and just feeling sad. Like, oh,
It touched your heart.
it really touched me.
Yeah.
And I just like, it almost makes you question, do I
Yes.
deserve this when I
Yes.
didn't do something thinking about it?
Yeah.
But I think that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a beauty in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you do something intentionally, like, oh, I'm going to help somebody because it's good to help, then you don't get any satisfaction out of it, fulfillment out of it, other than your own ego expansion.
Mm.
But you
Yeah, I'm such a great person.
yeah, I'm such a great person. They don't say it, but the way they walk, the way they talk, it becomes very evident in their whole mannerism that they think, because I'm helping people, I'm somebody. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's better to help somebody and expand your ego than to not help anybody at all.
Yeah.
But and at the end, who are we to help someone, right?
Exactly.
Like we're such a small creature on this tiny little planet in this big universe, living very short span of life, and we leave such small footprint. Like in things we do, the footprint is very small. Whatever we do, how much ever we do, the footprint is really small. So no matter how much we do, it's not a help. It's just actually we take help a lot more. The t-shirt that I'm wearing is not made by me. The hat I'm putting on is not made by me. The cameras, the laptop, the equipments, the bicycle, it's all because of contributions of thousands and thousands of people. Poor people probably at some point of time who were working on something, invented something, then it escalated from there. So it's millions of lives invested in these equipments, these clothes, these things we use on a daily basis. What am I giving? Nothing. It's just I'm helping somebody with tiny little thing.
Yeah.
But there's beauty in it when people see that, and it touches your heart. I saw it here that it's written everything goes smooth, which is the best part here. I don't know if you've
Yes,
noticed
I
it.
have.
Everything goes smoothly. I really like that. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Um,
sharing.
no worries. It's a big kind of, it gives me a lot of energy, a lot of
Mm,
power,
it does.
and it really motivates me and pushes me, I think, and kind of reminds me that this, the whole point isn't getting things like this. Like
Mm.
it's
But
again
but these are like
the
how to put it. It's like when you're really thirsty and you find water, and then you feel like right. So when you're drained in life, if you get to go back and look at things like this, that were moments of tenderness or moments of some amount of fulfillment, then it again gives you that energy like, oh,
yeah.
this is me.
Mm,
I enjoyed this, I want to do this more.
yeah.
So I have actually I have a collection of um, how do you say it, postcards. And then until recent years, I used to ask everybody, my friends, people around me, to write something on my notebook
Mm-hmm.
about something about me or our memories before I leave them, or if they're going somewhere. And I have this notebook with huge collection of people writing things about me that I didn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I feel absolutely drained, I just go back and I read those notebooks, and
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, wow, this is how people see me. I shouldn't be drained. I should do this. I
Yeah.
should do
Just
that.
keep going. Keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Yeah. It reminds you of the purpose or the goals you've set for yourself,
Mm,
and it motivates you to
yeah.
keep pushing towards them. Like
Mm,
memories and feelings are very hard to encompass and
mm,
keep. Like if you're really strong determined, if you can,
mm,
then you can, but I
yeah.
personally struggle,
Mm.
and things like these always remind me that there's
Keep going.
keep going,
Mm,
keep going, don't stop.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, beautiful. How did it feel being the first person in your family to go to university?
Oh, that's an interesting question. And I can see that you've done a good research about me. Um, so, me and my sister, I think, not I think, I'm sure that we are the first ones to go to university in our family, not counting like my cousins or somebody in some other families, but my dad is the eldest one in his family, so my sister is the eldest one among all cousins. So even from that perspective, in the big family that we have got, I think we're the first ones to go to university. My dad didn't get to go to school. He grew up in a very poor family, in a very remote village. He had his life was full of challenges. Being poor, I think he ran away from his home when he was small, lived on the street at times, did like a lot of small jobs. Um, he was in army for a while. He also did security for a while. Never went to school, but by the time he was 29 or 30, he realized that no, this is not the way to live life. I need to learn. So he started reading a lot of books. He got a dictionary for himself to learn vocabularies and even English alphabets for himself. So he learned heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of books. Then he became this very wise person, so
Mm-hmm.
wise that today a lot of people come to speak to him, and like come to ask him questions, because he invested so much into self study. Then he thought, okay, I need to make these two kids different. I need to make their life different from what I had. So he made sure that he created that ambience in the house that's very different from what I had seen in my friend's house at that time. He used to bring newspaper cuttings,
Mm-hmm.
he used to bring poems, he used to bring philosophical books and read it to us. Even though we were so small, he would talk to us like he's talking to an old person. Like he never treated us like a child. And because of that, I think it shaped a lot of ideas, beliefs, values, perspectives of lives on us. And then going to university was just a process. Like it's not
Mm-hmm.
like we had to go, but in Nepal, in India, it's common for people once they graduate from school, they go to college, and from college to uni. So we just went to uni, but it was a big thing. Whatever we did was a big thing for him. And seeing him getting so excited about small things excited us,
Yeah.
because if we just graduate out of college, he would be like so happy, and we used to go and participate in competitions because he wanted us to be somebody who can speak. I remember when I was very small, he invited me and my sister one day suddenly to his room, and he said, he gave us something made out of some stuff there, and like, this is a microphone. Now you're going to speak on anger. And my sister, she, being so natural, she spoke, and I could not speak a word. And then I felt so embarrassed, and my sister started to participate in competitions.
Yeah.
And then I felt like, man, I can't speak at all. Like, what's going, like, when you hold something and you want to speak, you go blank. Then I started practicing. I started participating in competitions, and he used to write my speeches and poems. I used to just remember and go and say it there. But slowly it started from there, and we started talking. So many competitions, inter-school competitions. Every time we came home and said, "Oh, we got this certificate, we got this trophy," he would be like super excited. So coming to uni was just one of those exciting part for him more than us. But when I think about it, oh yeah, we are the first generation to go to uni, or even go to school actually, or to come abroad like this and enjoy opportunities and facilities like this. I feel very lucky. I think because of his immense hard work in his entire life, it just shifted the whole lifestyle of the upcoming generations. Now, if I have kids, I'll make sure that they live very good life. If they have kids, probably they will do so. So for generations to come, we have to be grateful to my dad.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Oh, that's really
Yeah.
powerful.
Oh, thank you.
Still in touch with your dad?
Very much. Like, I talk to him every day. He's like my best friend. Yesterday I was calling him and I said, am I supposed to be shy with you because I share everything with you? Like, if I like a girl, I'll tell him. If I am going through some trouble, I'll tell him.
Yep.
There's nothing in the world that I don't talk to him about. And when we talk about something, it's never cheap. We talk about God, we talk about philosophy, we talk about life, we talk about science, but at the same time, we sometimes might talk about sex. Not in a derogatory way, but just out of curiosity, like, why humans are
Yep.
so much after it. What do
Yeah.
you think about this? What do you think about this? And then he explains in his own way, and then sometimes I don't agree with him, so I try to explain to him what I think about those things. And I told him, like, am I supposed to be shy that I'm asking all of these questions to you? And he said, no, what's there to be shy about? Everybody does it. And I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so he makes it very easy to talk about any aspects of life. And I think I'm very, very fortunate to have a dad like that. And
Yeah.
my mom too, but we take her for granted because she just overpours love, and she doesn't, she's like, we take it for granted because she's like a part of us. She just gives so much, but the dad comes from the intellectual side too.
Yeah.
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 What about you? You tell me about your parents.
Oh, I love my parents. They're
Really?
amazing. They've done so much for
Yeah.
me. In a nutshell, they're the reason why I'm here.
Mm,
I would not have made good life decisions if I was still in India. I didn't see myself as a. I hadn't achieved much,
mm,
but like, I mean, 14 is not an age to achieve anything.
mm,
But in the society that where India is, there's a lot of kind of things within the community. There's a lot of um, barriers to getting the things you wanted. It's very complicated basically, but to escape those barriers, to kind of get out of that and live a life where there's a more of a level ground, everyone can do what they want, contribute in a way that they want. You don't have to, but if you want, you can. That's the beauty of being in Australia. So this whole kind of whatever I have today in my life, which is not like, I don't have much to be honest, but like whatever I have, I'm grateful for the life that my parents have given me. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, might be good to have your dad on the podcast
Yeah,
once.
maybe. He doesn't speak English much though, but he
Yeah,
can
fair enough.
speak broken English.
Hmm.
Uh, Everybody loves their
I've,
parents.
I've, I've, I've met your parents.
You have,
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
yeah, you've seen them.
Funnily enough, it was just right here at the
Yes,
jetty.
at the jetty, yeah. But they're lovely people.
They're so lovely.
And now, you know what, Abhi, lately I have been going through this um, feeling that if somebody is a mom, suddenly I feel so grateful to that person.
Mm,
Not to the person, but to the mother in them. If
yep,
somebody is a dad, I suddenly feel like bowing down to them because they are a dad.
yep.
They're a father who's looking after a new life and nurturing them and bringing them up.
Hmm.
So I feel like God is far more not accessible to us. Like He's like away. It's
Hmm.
just a concept and idea in our head. But parents are there. They're the only ones who think selflessly about you. Nobody else in the world does. So if anybody is like God, it should be parents.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. Thank you for asking.
When was the time you kind of realized that? And I'm going back to the earlier question I asked about the work you do and kind of
Mm.
the way you contribute in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to know more about is when was the time you realized that this is something that I want to do, and how did it feel? The feeling of contribution, the
Mm.
feeling of giving, the feeling of
Mm.
kind of the community service.
Probably when I was 14, 15 years of age. And I think all of it came because of how much I have inquired into thinking about life, human life,
Mm.
and God and creation. I think about these things a lot more than what people know me for. And the more you think of it, the more you will start questioning everyday things that you have to do. Like I remember telling my dad, why do I have to study? Why do I have to do a job? Why do I have to get married? You know, like why is it so that there are certain things that people think you have to do, you must
Mm-hmm.
do? Um, so those sort of questions started coming very early to me, and I feel very fortunate. It did take me 28 years to come to a certain sense of peace within me in these areas, like certain sense of clarity. Before this, I was always asking, using my mind a lot. Now I have come to some sense of clarity about a lot of aspects of my life. Um, so I think it all came from questioning. In our culture, in India and Nepal, this is something I say to people a lot. We have such beautiful culture, right? And our culture is all about questioning. I can see Shiva's statue there. If you read anything to do with Shiva, it's just question answers only. Parvati is asking him questions, or rishis are asking him questions. They saw this figure who is godlike and he's worshipped as God, but they asked him questions. They didn't just take his words as commandments and followed it. This question, right? When Krishna was here, Arjuna asked him questions, right? So it's all question answers. So I think the most powerful thing human beings can do is ask questions. You're asking question right now, and I started asking questions very early.
Mm-hmm.
I was very inquisitive, and so many times my parents were worried to how much I was asking. Like I
Yep.
remember one time I just went to my dad out of nowhere, and then I said, I have no duty towards you guys. And he got shocked. And then later it was a big conversation in the house, and my mom came too, and he's saying he's got no duty towards us. What's going on? And I said it with so much intensity. I said, like, I've got no duty towards you or towards anybody. And I was trying to tell them that if I do something out of a thought that I am obliged to do something because I have a duty towards you,
Mm-hmm.
that's cheap. That's way below my dignity. If I do something out of my love, that's worth it. That's something special. Let's say I give you money because I owe you money. it doesn't mean anything. If I give you money or gift because I appreciate your presence or I appreciate being your friend or knowing you, that means something. Why is it like the son has a duty towards their parents and he has to do it? He has to take care of them. No, I don't like this concept of duty. Duty is a very derogatory, cheap thing for me. And then I want to do something out of love, not out of duty. So from today, no duty towards you. And then they just panicked for a while. They couldn't understand the concept.
Yep.
It took me weeks and weeks, probably months, to make them understand what I was trying to say to them. And my dad did tell me recently that it shattered him at that time.
Oh my
Son
God.
coming to him and saying, I've got nothing to do with you, no duty. But I was saying it in a very beautiful way. Like this, I used to just destroy the norms, the so-called ways of doing things. I remember asking my teacher, why do I have to write dear something when I write a letter, and the dear has to be on a left side, and then you leave a space, and then at the end you say sincerely and kind regards, in a letter.
Yeah.
And he just got so annoyed that he didn't want to answer that question. So I have been somebody who questions a lot. Lately, I've just been trying to be social, trying to, get along with people, and trying to fit myself in a job, earn a living, because I came to a new country and I was trying to establish myself in some way. So in that pace, I kind of deviated from what I am truly inside, but slowly it's coming out again. That inquisitiveness, that rebelliousness, that
Yeah.
curious mindset.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Thanks.
That's so interesting. The 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 curiosity and being rebellious is something that is so linked for you.
Yes.
I don't. I wonder if it's linked for more people.
Mm, it does in some way for everybody. Being curious means not accepting things the way they are told to you. So when you don't accept, you're a rebellious kind. Um, but I think the one that are rebellious and one that are curious are closer to truth.
Yeah.
If you want to just survive in this world, like how a bird does, the bird eats, a bird mates, a bird poops, a bird sleeps, and a bird dies. If you just want to do that, because that's what humans do too, um, you don't have to be that much curious. You can learn a skill, you can make a living. In today's world, it's very easy to make a living because of technology, AI, and stuff. And you can live through life and die. But if you want to get closer to truth, if you want to understand life, if you want to understand yourself or what it means to be yourself, then I think you have to question. You have to question so much that it just destroys even your own mindset, own confidence. I think you have to, dive deep with your curiosity and question.
Absolutely. And I think, and I'll go back to the beginning where you said whether this is why it's great to have you here,
Oh, thank
because
you.
you've done a lot of questioning, a lot of thinking, a lot of kind of exploring and figuring things out, and now the ones who started to question, you can answer them.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wouldn't be able to speak for myself if I am that curious or not, but the rebellious is something that I'm so guilty of. I don't know if it's arrogance, but I feel sometimes that I don't like to immediately accept whatever's been told to me, whatever's been happening. I want to kind of find out more, find out more. And what's interesting is throughout these podcasts, I frequently stumble upon someone who can answer those questions and bring me back to reality. Because nothing is better than kind of being curious and having someone who can answer your questions.
I think when I first met you and when we had our initial conversations, I kind of realized that you're not like dozens of people I meet on a daily basis. You're a little bit different.
Hopefully
I
in a
don't
good
want to go into
way.
details, but we can talk about that
Yeah, yeah.
when the camera's off. But the few things you said, good things, the few questions you asked during those time, just made me realize that you're not somebody who's afraid of asking, and you're not somebody who will just accept things the way they are.
Mm,
And I also realized you value your time and your effort a lot. You don't just want to do things that you don't want to do, but you have to do for the sake of doing it. So that also made me think, oh, this guy is interesting. Then we started having all kinds of conversation, if you remember, about
absolutely.
heaps of things. But I think that's an attitude everybody should have.
Okay.
There is a balance. If you keep on questioning everything, things start to get difficult for people around you.
Yep.
And we also have to remember that society is full of people, different kind of people. Some people don't like to question at all. Some people don't like to think at all. They just want to do things. And it's okay. It's their choice. For those people, questioning too much might feel a little bit confrontational, or it's just like you're making things difficult for them. But inside you, within, in your inner world, you should never stop questioning.
Mm.
I'll tell you something interesting. There was one time when I was so much into meditation. So I started closing my eyes and questioning, where is it that I am in my body? Like if I chop off my finger, I'll still survive. If let's say my legs are gone, I'll still survive. And today they even do heart transplant. So I'm definitely not in the heart. So what is it that I call as me? Where is it? Is this a combination of the entire body and these organs working together? Is it a consciousness? What is it that I call as me? Then I started looking deep within myself. Then I saw I have layers of identity. First, I might be calling myself, oh, I'm from Nepal, so I'm a Nepali. But because I was born there, I got that identity. So I started stripping myself off of those identities. I might be thinking of myself as somebody who has grown up in this particular family. I'm a son of this person, or I'm somebody who has done this, chairman of kindness check, or government public service officer, something like that. I started stripping myself of all of these identities. And as I stripped and went deeper and deeper, there came a point where I did not know if I'm a man or a woman. Now, this is not like, oh, gender fluid, not like that. I'm a man, 100%, but it's just that even that is an identity, that I'm a man. I have to act like a man. I'm a female, I have to act like a female. Even that is an identity that you carry in your head. If you close your eyes, what are you? Are you a man or are you a woman? No. It's just when you're asleep, what are you? You're nothing. You're not even there. It's just a body laying down when you're in your deep sleep. So you should question so much within yourself, and you should strip yourself of all of your identities. Only then I think you can find the real you. I don't know if it all makes sense, but
It does kind of make sense. But what is the real you?
the real you. Okay.
How can someone know what is the real me, for
Okay.
example?
The real you, it can be said in words in two ways. One, the real you doesn't exist. We can say it like that, because if you keep on stripping yourself of all of your identities, there comes a point, it's like stripping onion. If you keep on stripping onion of what it's there, inside there is no onion that you find. The onion is the combination of all the layers. So there is no you. You'll come to a point where there is absolutely no you, and you see that these are all layers and masks that you wear and identities that you carry that makes you you. Then you have the freedom to craft these things in a way that you want. But from other perspective, much deeper perspective, you are the creator. You're the God himself, or God herself. In a, it's a little bit, it's a little bit too philosophical. But if you want, I can dive into it.
Yeah,
You sure?
yeah.
For example, let's say there's so much air around us right now. We can feel the air, right? Let's say a bubble forms here. Then we say, oh, this is a bubble. Now, just for a sec, imagine the bubble gets consciousness. A bubble is just floating here, and the bubble gets consciousness. And the bubble says, it's me. And the bubble says, oh, I'm a big bubble. And let's say there are many bubbles. All bubbles are floating here. Some bubbles are small, some bubbles are tiny, some bubbles are pretty, some bubbles are shiny. Then the shiny one will be like, oh, I'm so shiny. The tiny one will be like, oh, I'm tiny, I want to be big. The big bubble will be like, oh, I'm already so big, so let me bully the tiny one. All bubbles will have some sort of identity. Now, if you pop the bubble, the air inside and the air outside, is there any difference? No, it's all one air. It's all one. Only because there was a layer that was creating an illusion of a separate identity, the bubble thought it's a separate one. So if you just strip yourself of the outer layer, you're all one. Like one with everything. There is no out air and in air, if you pop the bubble. So that's the simplest example I can give. If we strip ourselves of all the identities, there'll come a point then where you will just feel one with everything. And that's the whole goal, to feel one with everything. Right now in our life, for example, somebody does a great job and they write it in their LinkedIn. Somebody wants to earn money, somebody wants to get famous. What is it that's making them wanting to do these things? Is they want to expand a little bit. They want their expansion. They don't know what it is, but it's just driving them to do something. And why do they want to expand? It's because that's their core nature. I was talking to a friend and he was asking me questions about this, and I gave him this example. If you just look at the creation, the water gets out of ocean, becomes cloud, and goes to a mountain, becomes a snow, and becomes a glacier, and becomes a river, and finally comes back to ocean. If you eat food that has grown in the ground, you eat it, the body digests it, you throw it back, it goes back to earth. The life, the body itself, you're a child and then you grow and you get old and then you die and the body gets back to earth. The earth goes around the sun, the moon goes around the earth. Everything is cyclical in nature. Why it is so? Because everything wants to go back to the point where it began from. Like everything. The more you look, you will see that everything is cyclical. In our language, the word for the world is samsara. Samsara means cycle. It's such a beautiful word, samsara. It's a cycle. Everything is cyclical.
Yeah.
From the atom to the entire creation, it's cyclical because everything wants to go back to where it came from. So where did we come from? We don't know yet. Some people say it's God. Some people say it's a point of singularity. Some people say it's nothingness. There are different concepts in different cultures, but it's very evident that we all are trying to go back to where we came from. And in that pursuit, we not knowingly, unknowingly, we are trying to expand ourselves. We're trying to be more than what we are. We're trying to do more shopping. We're trying to do this, that, because we want to expand. But the goal is to be ultimate. The goal is to expand yourself fully, completely, and become God itself. And that probably is what is called enlightenment or nirvana or realization. So what is real you is that oneness with everything. You're not a separate identity. The separateness is just an illusion for a while. You will die anyways and become one. So if you could realize that when you're alive, that would be fantastic, is what I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if it all made sense. I don't know if it's all like
I was following
weird
through all
concepts. I don't
throughout.
know.
You're just driving me nuts, man.
Really?
No. Thank you. That's very deep and kind of I see. I totally see. Now, you do know that, okay, the bubbles are still trying to expand.
Mm.
Like, as people, we are still trying to go
Mm.
after things,
Mm.
get much more, da da da. Is that all still good? Is that still a part? Do you think that's something that should be done?
To get more, to expand, there is no good or bad. Like, there is, like, who is it, who has declared that this is good or this is bad? People often go back to their religious books, but I don't believe in what's written in a book, because we don't even know if it's written by a human, or, like they say, a messenger or a prophet or a god himself. That's debatable. So let's not go by the religious books, but in the creation there is no good, there is no bad. If a person kills another person, it's considered bad, right? But if a soldier kills another soldier, he's awarded with medals. So the good and bad comes from the context, you know. Both are killing, both are murder in a way, because you're just killing somebody, but one is awarded, whereas one is imprisoned. So there is no good and bad at all. So if you want to live your life just pursuing things without knowing why you are pursuing it, that's also fine. But if you want to know the ultimate truth of what life is, what you are, what God is, like, God is such a concept that nobody inquires on lately. Everybody says, oh, this is the God. Like, my God is Krishna, my God is Shiva, my God is Allah, my God is Jesus. What is it? Like, what's God? Where is the God? You know? Like, where is he sitting? What is he doing? Does he even care about the world or not? Or what is it? Go see beyond the religious books, see beyond the concept that you are told, and then maybe you'll get closer to the truth. So there is no right and wrong way to live.
Yep.
If you want to earn more money and survive well, that's also a good way to live. But for me, that's just for me, I feel stupid if I just want to earn money and just want to grow old and die without knowing the life in its full depth. For me, for personally, for myself, that's the only thing that matters to me, is knowing.
Yep.
Knowing in experience, not just in knowledge. Because there's a story. Let me know if I'm talking too much.
No, no, you're not.
Um, there is a guy who's just sitting in the park, a young guy, and he just goes there. He feeds the bird. If there are passerbys who give him some food, he'll eat it. He sleep there. He'll climb the tree. He'll come down. He spends his whole day there. And there is another guy who walks beside the park every morning and every evening, and he also goes to work from that road. And he sees this guy, another guy, good-looking, decent fellow, just sitting in park, out in the park, doing nothing every day. And this other guy, he's very ambitious kind. He wants to earn money. He wants to do this, do that. He wants to conquer the world, kind of ambition. And then he goes there one day out of curiosity and he says, "Hey man, what are you doing? I see you every day sitting on a park, watching birds, climbing the tree, climbing down, sleeping. And it's been weeks and months and you're just doing that. And I've inquired with people and they say that this fellow just sits here. He must be crazy, but I don't think you're crazy. So what is it that you're doing?" And the guy says, "No, nothing. I'm just sitting on a park." And he says, "Why are you wasting your life? You're young. You've got so much energy. You could do so much. Why are you just sitting here and wasting it?" And the guy asks, "Okay, what should I do then?" And this ambitious guy says, "Well, like, look at me. I'm young just like you, but I'm trying to do so many things." And then the guy asks, "Okay, tell me about you then. Like, what are you doing right now?" And the ambitious guy says, "I'm doing this job. I'm leading this organization. I'm working here. I'm doing that." And the guy says, "Okay, what's the plan next? What's the next plan? What are you going to do after this?" And he'll be like, "Probably I'll own a business. I'll earn some money. I'll travel around the world, have a lot of experiences. And what after that? Probably I'll get married to a beautiful girl. And what after that? I have money, I have houses, I have cars, I've traveled, I have a wife, probably I'll have kids. What after that? What after that? What after that? And there comes a point when the guy says, like, I've grown old now, and or I have retired and I have everything that I need and everything that I want to do, I have done it. So what's there to do now? I'll just probably sit in my bungalow, in the front of my bungalow on my garden, and just enjoy life. And he says, well, I'm doing that. I'm sitting in a garden and I'm enjoying life, right? So this pursuit of constant, this constant pursuit of wanting to achieve, wanting to be somebody more, it's just a tiny expression of your ultimate desire to be one with everything. And that's what I realized. And when you realize that these small pursuits doesn't mean much to you, you know, you want to now go for the ultimate. But to realize that it takes time. It might just sound like a very esoteric, very philosophical concept right now, but the more you dive deep in your mind, the foundational desire is to be one with everything. Like, for example, another beautiful example, this is the conversation I was having with my dad. We were talking about why every biological being, including human being, uh, sex is a very important part of their life. Why? You know, it's considered one of the needs. Why is it so? It's basically just an act to reproduce. But why it's a big deal? And we talked about it, we dived more deep into it, and he also told me what he has read in different philosophical books, and it kind of connected to what I was saying to you right now. Sex is a form of union. You know, it's a union between a masculine and a feminine for a fragment of second. But that's an expansion of who you are for a fragment of second. You only know your body, but for a fragment of second, the other body becomes one with you. And just a fragment of union gives you so much fulfillment. So everything is after that, or everybody is making it a part of their life as a need. So that union is what everybody's striving for. Be it in form of sex, or be it in form of owning a lot of property, or be it in form of feeling like you have gained so much in life, you have accumulated so much in life, or accumulated knowledge or reputation. It's just that you're trying to expand what you call yourself as you. And in that expansion, you feel proud. But the ultimate goal is expansion with everything.
Yeah, I love that.
Too much?
No, not at
No?
all. Not at all. Yeah, I love that.
I don't know if I should speak about all of these in a podcast
No, I mean, where
that
else are
says
you going
young
to
and
speak about
curious, but
it? I think what I kind of get out of this, for me personally, is just the fact that, because there would be things that we're after, things we're trying to get. Like, for example, the man want to get a house, get money, get to a bigger position, whatever. But it's not so much, because like after you get it, you'll be like, oh, what's next? What's
yeah,
next? Like the kind of loop you're in.
yes, yeah,
You're like looking for the next thing
yeah,
almost immediately as soon as you have the
yeah,
previous one. Yeah, but I think if that looking or that finding or like getting the things which would serve the bigger purpose you're trying to go after,
that is fine.
that
If it's a
is,
stepping stone, it's fine.
even other, like anything you do is fine.
Yeah,
It's not a prescriptive measure.
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
As long as
you know what you're
you know
doing.
what you're doing, it's fine. But you have to question yourself, am I doing knowing what this is, or am I doing it because the society tells me to do it? You know, like if I'm walking on a street, we smile at people, right? Hi, hello, we greeted them. Now it's become so common that people just greet. And sometimes I sense there is no genuineness in greeting, because these people have not asked, is greeting necessary, or is it an expression of acknowledging other human? So even simple things like greeting has become a habit, you know, and everything in life has become a habit. We're doing things because society tells us to do it in a certain way, and it might not say it directly, but it just imposes on you. From the time you're small, you're asked to sit a certain way, you're asked to act a certain way, you're asked to be a certain way. It's okay if you do these things, but you have to know why you're doing it. Like you said, as long as you're doing it and you know why you're doing it, it's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're just doing it, it's not freedom.
I think there's a layer of thinking to it where whatever you're doing, think about it. Whatever you're doing, think about it.
Yeah.
And when you think, that's when you learn to question.
Yes.
And then when you question is when you can make the decision whether if you
Yeah.
still want to do it or not.
Yeah.
I want to tell you a story of a friend. I did a podcast with him, not quite a friend, but I just knew him. His name's Om Satija. He's currently running across India from the bottom to the top, 5,000
You
kilometers.
told me about it. Yeah.
Yeah, raising awareness for kids with leprosy, just supporting them and just doing all these amazing things. Where he had a good degree, where he had like everything that would mean success in a normal context. And with him there are like such good a group of friends he has. They're all going with him, they're all kind of supporting him in the mission. And it all just kind of also made me question what I'm doing, because according to the society standards, yes, I'm very successful, but what does that mean? Am I just expanding my bubble, or am I intentionally thinking and moving towards something?
You put it so right. Am I just expanding my bubble? That question is such an important question, Abhi. Everybody's trying to expand their bubble, but do they know why they're expanding it?
Yeah.
Is the question. When you shared about this friend to me, like he's running that long distance, um, it kind of fascinated me why he's doing it. Like, what's in his mind, you know? And when I hear about these kind of stories of people doing things that doesn't make sense, it always fascinates me. Like, why are they doing it? Like, what for? And not always it's for fame.
Yep.
Not always it's for recognitions or Guinness World Record or
Yeah.
something. A lot of times it's just they are trying to break their own limitations or do something for themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's what gives beauty to life.
Agree. I think he's the youngest runner to do that.
Oh,
Yeah, and he's doing 50 kilometers every day.
oh, 50 kilometers.
Running 50 kilometers every day. So it's a lot, and physically, it's I mean, he's amazing. Of course, he's really strong. But like, I would never know because I can't run 50 kilometers.
Me
Not
neither. I
even like
can't
in a
even run.
week.
Yeah.
But I would imagine that it would take a great deal of mental strength, physical
Yeah.
strength, pushing past that kind of limit. And that's when you get to see the more beautiful things. And he often talks about it in a way where, like on his stories, I often hear him talk about that you get to see the best of the best when you're doing something like this, and the worst of the worst. Whether it's physically yourself, whether it's what you're seeing around you, people being like rich and poor, how people think, all of these things. Yeah, yeah, it's great. Like, he's gonna have a dad story
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
Like one
man.
of the best ones ever. Like, I wish I was like, maybe I can do something like that. I don't know my limit yet,
Yeah.
but from what I know about myself physically, I cannot, like, I've tried different things, and mostly with physical domains in life I've not done well for some reason.
Maybe something else, like not if not running, you could do
Yeah,
something else.
something like something which involves the mental game. I can
Yeah.
do that, like my mental resilience, working with people, all of those things I can do. And physical stuff I can do, but not to a limit where other people can. I'll tell you about this time when I was training to be a wrestler with my friend. Yeah, I know, it's
Really?
surprising, right?
Like
um,
like just training casually in your room or training properly?
Well, we went to the gym a few times, went on the
Oh.
ground, and what happened was, it was in the morning, early in the morning. I had just finished a gym session We were going back and forth. I was grappling him, he was grappling me.
Mm.
And then I tried to pull a move on him to like make him fall on his back.
Mm.
We're very safe with what we do.
Mm.
So when I tried to lift him up, it kind of backfired on me because then he pushed me down.
Mm.
And when he pushed me down, I was like lifting him, and
Mm.
that pushed me down, and I hit my head.
Oh.
For the next 15 minutes, I lost consciousness. As in, I was conscious, I was sitting, I was talking, I was saying things,
Mm.
but I still don't remember those 15 minutes of my life.
Mm.
It was a bad concussion, pretty much. We
Mm.
went to the emergency and everything. After that, was throwing up. My head was just splitting in two ways.
Ooh.
It was bad. And then that's when I just kind of made the decision that
This is not.
maybe physical stuff is not for me.
Yeah.
That's why I was like very interested in boxing, wrestling, like grappling.
Mm.
Like I like doing things with my hand. So I was very interested in that kind of thing. But
Mm.
that day it was so interesting. I still don't remember those 15
15
minutes.
minutes.
But my friend said that I was sitting, I was talking to him, I was
But
telling
you
him
have
things.
blank, like you have no memory of that.
I have no memory of that. And then when I did get my memory back after those 15 minutes, it like the wire slowly started connecting back. I guess that's how it felt when like another friend of mine came up to me. He said he was in the gym with me, and we were just
Okay.
outside the gym. So he said hello. I said I'm going now. I said yeah, cool. I'll see you later. And then that's when it slowly started kind of. And I just asked
Coming
him,
back
where the
into
hell am
places.
I? What am I doing here? What happened? When I fell unconscious, it was dark,
Mm.
and when I regained consciousness, I was like, how is it so bright all of a sudden?
Mm.
Like, what happened? How am I here? And
Mm.
then I remembered, oh, I was in the gym before this. Da, 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 da.
Oh,
But it was
interesting.
surprising.
But that brings me to something else when I was sharing that. Yesterday, I was talking to a group of friends about adventure sports, like people climbing rock without any harnesses, free climbers, or people jumping off from a cliff, people skydiving without parachutes,
Yeah.
and somebody else coming and catching them. These are extreme sports. People riding their bikes and cars in high speed off road on a mountain, from a mountain. And we were talking about how crazy these sports are and why people pursue them. Then a few of my friends, they told me that oftentimes these pursuits are because they are in pursuit of adrenaline rush. In the beginning, it starts as breaking physical limitation, but later it becomes the rush, the adrenaline rush, and they get addicted to it. And how it changes from breaking physical limitations to just chasing the adrenaline rush. And that kind of changed my idea of these adventure sports. I've always wanted to do something crazy, never had the courage to. And now I feel like, oh yeah, that's correct. Like if I do it once in a safe way to experience something, that's fine. But if I constantly want to break physical limitations, then also it becomes a problem because now am I just chasing adrenaline rush? Now is it still about breaking limitations, or is it about you have just gone into a mindset and you're just going? So limitations, yes, they need to be broken, but the internal limitations, the mental limitations, they are to be broken much more than physical limitations. Because body is what? If you eat a good diet, if you go to gym, if you practice for a while with professional trainers, you can be anything. You can be agile, you can be bulky, you can be anything,
Lean,
right?
yeah.
Today, they can even inject hormones in you and make you look a certain way.
Yes.
But it's the mental limitations that you have to break.
What does home mean to you?
Such a beautiful question. So, when I left Nepal, I didn't think about home at all. I was just so excited to come to Australia. When I came here for a few years, I got so involved with so many things. Again, the concept of home didn't come to me. But after some time, I started feeling like when I go back to my apartment, I don't feel like I've gone back to home. Then I started questioning myself, what is home? Is it the memory of comfort, of being in a safe space? Is it a memory of the things that you have associated yourself with? like your toys or photographs or the tiny piece of furniture, or is it a smell, a fragrance, or is it just feeling loved in a space by your mom or dad or siblings or somebody? What is it? What is home? Then I realized that now if I go back to Nepal, I still don't feel like I've gone back to home, because things have changed now. I have changed. um, I'm not just sleeping on my bed in Nepal feeling like how I used to feel 5 years ago. I'm a different person now. So I realized home is not a place. Home is not a just a bundle of memory. Home is that deep feeling in you where you are at complete ease. You know, yeah, complete ease. There is no sense of dis-ease in you, and you're at peace. And there is no pretending. There is no need to pretend. The need to be a certain way. There is no need to follow things in a certain way. You're at absolute ease. You're just you. That's home for me. And there comes a time when you become home for people, like when you get married, when you have kids, like how my dad and my mom were home for me when I was a kid. And there comes a time when you have to be home for people, like my dad, mom, and they're growing old now, and wherever I am, they think it's their home. But for me now, the home is being at ease.
And where do you feel at ease now? Like
Uh,
I'm only asked this because you said that you go back to Nepal and you
yeah,
still don't feel that.
yeah. And I feel at ease within myself. It's just, you
Okay.
can't pursue it outside,
Okay.
you know? Like I might go to Nepal, I might sit on a mountain, or I might go to Sydney and sit in front of Opera House, or
Oh,
I
I love
might
the
sit
Opera
on a
House.
nightcliff jetty, and I still might feel like I'm missing home.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm able to be at ease right here with you, it feels like home.
Mm.
Does that
Beautiful.
make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I struggle to find my home as well.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I need to go and think about it maybe.
Mm.
Because the only reason why I asked this question is because of that. Because even when I go back to India, I
Mm.
struggle to find the home. It's
Oh.
almost like the home that was there, I have left it.
Mm.
And now when I go back, it's just a memory.
Yeah.
I feel quite good here,
Mm.
by the beach I
But you
live.
don't feel like
I don't
home.
know. I need to think about it. Like I like. I think maybe it's the people for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I feel home around a certain
Mm.
few individuals.
Yes. They say home is where the heart is. It's such a cliched thing, but I've been through similar of what you're saying, Abhi, of not feeling like home anywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
I've spoken about this to a bunch of people, including my sister who is overseas now. And people say they're not able to feel like home anywhere now.
Mm.
And that's because you're trying to find a home outside. You're thinking of home as a place to be. But the home is not a place to be, but it's a state of being within you.
Yep.
You know, like if you are completely at ease right now, I think you will feel at home. Because when you are at ease, you can connect with everything. You can connect with the tree, you can connect with the people around you, and it just feels like every creation is looking after you, and you feel at home.
Cool. Love that. Has there ever been a failure or a setback in your life that you might be now grateful for?
So many,
Tell
so
us.
many. I've had so many small setbacks as well, at job, at my professions, in my
Mm-hmm.
daily life. Um, I've had setbacks with my relationships as well, with friends, with people that I'm close to. So many setbacks. If I could just name one, I've tried my hands into so many things. I've tried my hands into starting some sort of a business or starting to do something of my own, and I failed at it. Um, Failures have been a part of my life, I would say. I have failed at a lot of things in my life, but I don't look at those setbacks as setbacks, because if I had not failed, I would not have been the person that I am today. You know, that's how it is. And 10 years before, Sushan was very cocky, very confident. The biggest setback I've had in the last few years is my confidence has gone completely. And I don't say this in a negative way, it's a good thing. I was so confident when I was back in Nepal. I remember people used to be amazed looking at my confidence, just full of sheer passion and confidence all the time, all the time. And even the things that I don't know, I've done it out of sheer confidence. But in the last few years, my confidence is completely gone, but I don't consider it as a feedback. My confidence is gone because I realized that being confident is one way to be, and being clear is another way to be. You know, like I can be confident and talk to you, acting like I know things. You know, if you act and if you're confident, you can actually make an audience believe in what you're saying. And I can act as much as I want, but that does not mean I'm speaking truth. That does not mean I have the clarity. So to be confident is one way to be clear is a different way to be. And in pursuit of being clear and pursuit of clarity, I lost my confidence. So that's a big setback. So I have many setbacks, many setbacks.
Do you feel like it? Do you want it to come back, the confidence? I mean, you've said that it's like you can act
Yeah.
confident, but there's also, I think that from my point of view, there's two, and maybe I'm not, like, I'm definitely not as wise as you, so I wouldn't know. But for me, like, my confidence had to come through doing a few things and then succeeding at them, basically, or like failing but knowing that I failed and knowing what I can do to not fail in a specific thing. It's like, think about walking, for example. We've walked our whole life. Like, there's a very small chance that we might trip and fall, but usually we'll be okay with walking.
Yeah.
It's been kind of like that. And I'm not saying that I'm an extremely confident person. It's that I've learned how to pretend to be confident in certain situations.
That's so true. Everybody is actually acting confident. I've met so many people who seem so confident, but once I start asking them questions, and I dive deep within themselves, they are in absolute uncertainty because nobody knows anything. Nobody knows what's coming next. Nobody knows what's going to happen next in their life or somebody else's life. Even if you ask them what is water, they might be like, oh, water is H2O, combination of two hydrogen and one oxygen, but they don't know what water is in its entirety, right? So because we have so incomplete, limited knowledge of the world that we live in, of ourselves, confidence is just an act. Because we are so uncertain about everything, confidence is just a mask that everybody wears. Nobody is actually truly confident from within. It's a mask. It's everybody's pretending. And is it good to pretend? Yes. To get through things in society, to get things done for you, the more you can pretend, the more you can act, the easier it is. But what's better, confidence or clarity? Clarity is better, right? If you're walking, let's say, in a forest and it's dark, then let's say you see a snake there, then you're absolutely confident that it's a snake. And you'll be like, okay, this is a snake, we're not going to go there. And we're not going to go there because there's a snake, it might bite us. No, I'm not going. Then let's say you have a friend next to it who has a torch and he clicks his torch and suddenly it's bright and you see it's just a rope. So confidence gives you a way through in life. It's an amazing survival tool, but clarity makes it clear. It gives you the truth. When I realized that, I'm not trying to protect my confidence. confidence is going down
Yep.
as long as I'm gaining clarity. Because once you gain clarity, confidence will again come back as a byproduct. So confidence without clarity is not a good thing. And everybody is just now confident without clarity. So all of the setbacks that I have had in life, one biggest setback, which, like I said, I don't call it a setback, is losing all of my confidence in the recent years. Like confidence with everything, I've lost my confidence, but at the same time, that's because I'm in pursuit of clarity.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sushan.
No worries. Thank you, Abhi. It was wonderful.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.